What's good with it in the who with it? Welcome back to the Collective Clips. You already know what it is. Das. Brother, buckle your seatbelts. We're about to get this last one in. The end. Let's get to the intro. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate your support, man. I'm very humbled by it. So are you guys ready for the end? Are you guys ready for the conclusion of the Wood story, brother? You know what I'm saying? Roach has taken me on a lot of different adventures, but this adventure, all's well that ends all right, brother. So anyways, if you guys remember, boom, we got hit with a spotlight, right? And as I got the thing on a few things, right? I'm sitting there, I'm looking at Roach. Roach is looking at me. He's like, brother, I done did it. I apologize profusely. Is that the way you say it? Right? I said, I hope, bro. I'm trying to pay attention, but I already know what's coming. And we hear motorcycles, right? Well, all of a sudden that chick, you guys remember the chick? Featherwood, Tweakerwood, right? She comes busting in the house. She's like, they're here, right? She looks panicked, but not panicked enough. I immediately put the thing on her, like, what do you mean, right? I'm thinking in my mind, fuck it, if I'm going out, she's the one that got us in all of this mess. It was her in the beginning that took the shit, right? Meanwhile, my homeboys are still snatching shit up. They're like they're gonna take it somewhere. I'm looking at them like, bro, drop that shit, grab something. Fucking, I don't know, grab a piece of wood, something, brothers, right? Help us out. Roach is like, it's over, brother. You might as well just smoke with me and just say, fuck it. Just give it up. And I'm like, nah, I ain't giving up that easy. I'm Mexican. We don't give up that easy, bro. Hey, believe me, we'll crawl, climb, swim. We gonna make it over that border, brother. We're gonna get there, right? So I'm thinking maybe they're not in the back. I hear them only in the front. So I go to the back. When I go to the back, right, Hurley's there. My toe hurts, bro. My toe, right? Dwarffoot's like, I'm trying to bandage it up. Just stop. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? They're so spun out of their minds. They're not paying attention to a whole bunch of mean bikers coming, right? We're done. We're surrounded. I look out the back, bikers everywhere, big bikers, right? And then all of a sudden, it's like the movie. The bike shut off. Right? And Roach is like, everybody be quiet, bro. You think they could hear that? If they could hear it, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, I'm trying to be quiet. My homeboys are still putting shit in bags slowly, quietly. Hey, bro, there's so much shit here. I'm like, I know, it's stolen. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're re-stealing it, bro. We're re-stealing it. I'm like, dig up fucking some of this wood, bro. Let's go hide under the basement, right? They're like, there is no basement. I'm like, let's make one. We're Mexican. We build shit, right? Let's build. Hey, Mexicans are known to build and unbuild. Let's unbuild and then build back. At least build over me. I don't give a fuck what you guys do. If you guys want to eat that bad, you guys can have it. I want life. I want my soul intact, right? And then there's a knock on the door. Boom, boom, boom. Roach is like, you gonna get that? I'm like, no, I ain't gonna get that. Are you gonna get that? That chick goes, I'll get it. She knows something we don't know. Like I said, she's looking way too calm for the radio. I'm looking too hard for the radio, right? I immediately find a crease. There's like a closet with a crease in it. And I crease on in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I went skinnier than skinny can be. I'm sucked back in that motherfucker, right? I'm trying to disguise myself. I got the thing like this. And I'm just like, whatever. I'm taking as much as I can with me. Because I ain't going out like that. And the door opens and Roach is like, what's up, brother? I can't see nothing, but I can hear. Because I'm in this little closet thing, right? The homeboys are still gathering shit and they're looking, right? And he's like, who are the norteños with my weed, right? And I hear my weed. And I'm like, oh, no. All this over a few pounds, this is too much, right? I come out that motherfucker like what's his name? From Ice Cube from the Barbershop movie? Black Lives Matter, right? I come out like, our lives matter, right? And he's like, what's up, bro? And I recognize this is one of the bikers from when I dropped Pepe and Roach off. This is one of the original. These are the crazy ones. Meanwhile, these guys are still laid out on the ground. My ass, right? Roach shot one in the, and I'm looking, right? And they're like, you guys drop everything, brothers, and get the fuck out of here. And I told Roach, my heart damn near leaked out of my mouth, right? I'm like, for reals? He's like, no, for fake, stupid. I was like, here, you want to hold this? Like, do your thing. He's like, yeah, I'll take it, brother. Roach is like, no, brother, it's ours. I'm like, man, shut the hell up and let's go. Roach is like, but let me get mine before we go. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been a minute. I'm like, bro, you've been doing that the whole time. We were in a straight firefight here, bro, and you're puffing. He's like, brother, Jade, hey, I do better when my equilibrium's right, bro. Right? So I'm like, fuck that. The girl goes, I called them. I'm looking at the chick. The dude's looking at the chick. They're looking at me, right? I'm like, thank you, right? So this is what happened. Meanwhile, while all this stuff's going in, we're doing this home invasion. We're trying to come up and whatever, right? We get into this fight with these shenanigan bikers. We're going to call them the shenanigan ones because they weren't the ones that were coming, right? The ones that are there now there, right? This chick dipped off and went and called these dudes like, hey, I know where all your stuff's at. Roach told me to call you. Smart woman, man. I freaking love her, right? They came. They pulled up thick. How did they get there so fast where we were at? I'll never know, but they got there, and that's all that matters. And so I'm like, so we can go, bro? He's like, before I fucking change my mind, brother. I'm like, I go out there, and there's the biggest, gnarliest is the word the woods say, gnarly, brother, right? Raddest, gnarliest, Ninja Turtle-looking motherfucking bikers I ever seen in my life. Just one bigger than the next. Even Hurley looks small to these guys, and Hurley's a big boy, right? Dwarfoot's like, is it cool to come out? I'm like, man, if anyone would have lived, it would have been his ass because you could fit him in a shoebox, right? So I'm like, let's go, bro, right? Now all of a sudden we're friends. Come on, brother, let's go, right? My homeboys are like, so we don't get no weed, bro? I'm like, bro, if you don't put that shit down. He's like, no, don't worry, we're going to take care of you. Thank you for bringing us here. I'm like, thank you for coming here, right? And not being the other guy. See you later, right? So I'm telling Roach, are you going to come? He's like, well, brother, I got to do some negotiation because I ain't going out like that. I said, well, I am. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in this fucking van, bro, and I'm going to get up out of here. If you want to stay here and puff with these crazy motherfuckers and do what they're going to do, that's on you. I don't want to see nothing. I don't want to know nothing, right? So Roach is like, all right, bro. They're like, we're going to call you. We got you guys. Thank you. We got our shit back, right? And I'm thinking, I tell the homeboys, did you stash any in the back? They're like, we stashed like 10 pounds. I'm like, oh, we're going to come back, right? So too much doubling back is what kills us every time, or almost does. So we jam. We get to Roach's house. His mom's like, why does she smell like that? I ain't going to lie. This shit was a little tart. She needed a shower. She'd been on a good run, right? She's like, I'll give you some clothes. They're going to be too big for you because you're fucking skinny as hell, but you can take a shower. Please take a shower. I'm like, yeah, please, because it's bad enough smelling Roach's mom and his breath. Please take a shower. So she's in the shower. I'm like, what happened? Roach is like, brother, at this point, I don't care. You're alive, right? So I told you we'll make it through. I always got your back. I got your back. I said, you didn't do shit. Exactly, brother. Imagine if I would have, though. I really would have had your back. So Dwarfoot's like, that's fucked up. We didn't even get nothing. We went over there and Hurley's looking at me all crazy because me and him had a plan, right? So the homeboys are like, bro, you going to get a hold of us? I'm like, yeah, get the fuck out of here, bro. These are white people. You don't know how to deal with them. I do because I got like a tenth of German in me, right? Please go. And so I'm sitting there with Roach and my heart's beating. The whole ride home, my heart was beating. I was panicked. I ain't never been like that in a situation with a whole bunch of biker on biker crime is different, right? I'm a Norteño. We can deal with some Southerners as bulldogs, but some bikers is a whole different story, brother, right? And so I'm like, well, what's up, Roach? Man, I'm going to go to the pad, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was cool. Shit. He's like, did your homeboy say they stashed 10 people? I said, yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Forget that shit. Because meanwhile, I'm thinking in my mind, me and the homeboys are going to go back. We're going to wait till everything is done. Now, I will say this. Whatever those bikers did when we left to those other bikers was on them, and I'm not going to say nothing, right? I don't know nothing. I don't see nothing. I don't never heard nothing. Literally, right? So Roach is like, no, brother, we're going to have to cut in on that. Your friend said they got 10. So I figure I get 5 for my heart, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm the one who hooked all this up. I said, you almost got us killed. Brother, but you didn't. That's the key word, didn't. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you see, brother, you're acting real. And I don't want to say the word he said, but it was N with ish at the end, right? I'll let you guys figure it out. But I was like, what do you mean? He was like, all of a sudden, brother, the white man hooks you up and the Mexican gets all the glory. What kind of shit is that? Hurley's like, because Hurley knows I'm going to cut him in, right? Dwarfoot's looking at Hurley. They're best friends, right? They're always together. He's looking at him like, do I get anything? He's like, yeah, brother, I'll give you an ounce or two. Don't worry about it. He's like, that's it. He was like, shut up before I kick you, right? Dwarfwood always got the short end of the stick because he was the short end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of woods, he's short wood. So shut up. So anyways, Roach's mom comes out. She's like, God damn, it stinks in here. It stinks. And I just baked a butt cake. I was like, what is that? Right? You want a piece? Not necessarily. Did you put any ingredients besides fucking bunt in it? She was like, I put eggs. No, I'm cool. So I jam. I call the homeboys immediately. They're like, what happened, bro? That was crazy, man. Hey, Roach is crazy. I said, yeah, bro. So I don't mess with Roach too much. That's why I'm in and out usually. In and out burger. I said, but I had to fucking, saying go with them. I spent some humps. They're like, damn, we didn't even get nothing. They're like, hey, we stashed it though. I said, why don't you guys take off running? Because there was a lot more, bro. We're trying to get it all. I said, you motherfuckers are downer than I am. I would have I'd have stashed it. I'd have ran with it, been gone, left everybody straight up. I'm not scandalous like that, but I'm scandalous like that when it comes to my life. So anyways, Roach calls me about 1 a.m. Like it's normal hours. Like I'm not sleeping. Like I just didn't get the shit scared out of me. I had chorro for a month. I don't even know why I had it, but I did, right? So Roach calls me. He's like, hey, brother, let's go back. I said, what? He said, yeah, me and Harley, we've been talking. And, your two essay partners, I said, NAs, whatever the fuck they are, NA, CC, BBAA. Look, do we really have to hook them up? I said, bro, those are the homies, man. The shit, they almost got killed with this. Yeah, brother, but they didn't. Remember what I told you about the word didn't? It counts. It counts in spades and hand grenades. Brother, look, do you want to come up? I figured, look, just the way me and Hurley figure it. You know what I'm saying? We'll do 3, 3, and 3, right? And then we'll give fucking Dwarf 1. I said, for reals? Like that? I'm going to get an equal share? Yeah, brother. It fucking breaks my achy, breaky heart like a Miley Cyrus song. I said, she doesn't even sing that. That's her dad. Well, whatever. She came out of him. Look, bro, let's go. So I'm like, bro, has it been long enough? What are we going to see when we get there? Like, when we left, bro, there was biker shenanigans going on. I don't want to pull up on them cats, bro. He's like, brother, don't worry. We're going to part way. We're going to walk over there. There's no dogs. There's no bikers. I'm sure of it, right? They probably in and out. They did the in and out burger. You know what I'm saying? They animal stack it, right? They did their thing. So I'm like, all right, let's go. Well, this chick is still there. And I was like, I don't trust that chick. I told him, I don't trust the chick. I could hear her when he's on the phone with me, right? So he's like, brother, don't worry. I'm going to get rid of her. So by the time I got there, she was gone. I don't know where he sent her, what he did to her, but she was out of there. Never seen her again the rest of my life. Thank God, right? Because that chick will get you in some trouble. She had nice legs though, damn. But she just smelled like trouble. She smelled like shit too. That's why Roach's mom made her take a shower. So as we're kicking back, we're devising this plan, and we're going to send Dwarfwood back. He's going to go through. He's like, but I can't carry the whole 10 pounds. You can't carry 10 pounds. Just drag that shit. They got it. It's not. I don't even know if it's 10. They said it's about 10. They're just eyeballing it, but the homies are pretty accurate. They were pretty fucking accurate. They were off just like a little bit, but I got my 3, so I ain't tripping. So anyways, we're like, we'll drop you off Dwarfwood. We'll stay in the cuts where we're safe. You go in there to no man. And this is he's the downest little wood. Like I said, man, he's a chip off the old block, literally, right? He's like, I'll fucking go. I don't care, man. If there's bikers there, so what? I'll fight them. Like, okay, yeah, well, they're not into fighting. They're into explosive devices, but that's up to you. So we go out there like stupid asses again, right? We go out there wearing the cuts. We got binoculars. We're all fitted down, man. I'm wearing the black beanie like that. Okay, I'm looking, and I can see Dwarfwood. He's walking slow as hell. Really, he was walking fast, but it just takes them dudes forever to get to a place. I'm like, damn, bro, how long is it going to take? I'm smoking Frau after Frau. Marlboros are going out of style. Roach is twirling, and Hurley's like, my toe's fucked up, brother. I shouldn't even be out here. My shit's going to get infected. I'm like, bro, didn't you wrap like a sock around it and everything? Yeah, brother, but like the whole tip is gone. I was like, damn, what are you doing out here? Brother, a wood's got to do what a wood's got to fucking do, brother. I said, yeah, they do. So we're kicking back, and we're waiting, right? And I swear Dwarfwood comes dragging a big old bag, right? He's like, I can't do it, help. So we run over there to help him, right? Roach throws it over his back, skinny as hell. He's like, bro, I got it. Well, fuck, I don't got it. I'm like, can you put the fucking shit down? He's like, you're right. He puts the fucking weed down. I'm like, no. Give me the weed, right? Hurley, you hold it. I can't my toe, right? We're like the Goonies out there. We're all fucked up, right? So I'm dragging it, right? We get it to the truck. Boom. Let's go. As we're leaving, there's a dirt path. There's only one way to get there. You come through the back way. There's a dirt path leaving that way, and there's a dirt path leaving that way, and there's a canal, right? You have to go one way or the other. If you go one way, you're going towards that house. You ain't trying to go towards that house because that house might not be livable anymore after what probably happened after we left, right? So we got to go the other way. Man, we're going that way, and here comes bikers. Okay. Again. But it's not our bikers. The mean big bad wolf bikers, it's not them. It's the other bikers from the friends of the bikers who got bikered, right? I'm like, oh man, bro. You could tell because they're all scraggly and they look all spun out. And they see us, right? And they pass us as we're passing them, and then they hit the reverse on us. Whoa, and they pull up on us. And Roach is like, I got this, brother. Roach is driving, right? And I'm in the passenger seat, like, damn. Roach is like, so me and my worker right here, we're trying to come out here and is the foreman out here? Because we're with the contractor, we're trying to pick some almonds. And I brought the essay with me, and they look at me, I go, órale pues, vámonos a la verga con los libre. Like, that's all I know. In Spanish, I'm trying my hardest. Yo quiero una pinche Taco Bell. Yo quiero un carne asada con cebolla y todo. Crema y todo, right? Cilantro y cebolla. And they're like, oh, no, bro. You're on private property, bro. All right, cool. We wiggled up out of there. They went. I don't know what they found. But as we hit the street, you drive down the street, right? It's in the cuts. And the freeway, you could see the freeway, but there's like a bunch of dairies and a bunch of bullshit you have to pass to get to the freeway. And I'm telling Roach, hit the pedal to the metal because whatever they're going to see back there, which I don't know, they're going to come, right? Man, we jumped on that freeway. We made it to the freeway, and you could look down from the freeway. I could look down. I could see him going down that dirt road fast in the motherfucker. Woo! And I'm bad to the bone, bad and you're slow, right? We're gone, right? So we get back to Roach's house. We got a gang of weed, and I tell him, Roach, you need to get a hold of that chick that she doesn't get a hold of these dudes and tell them where you live, bro. She's going to double cross everyone and end up with everything. Roach is like, brother, she won't do that. Believe me, where she's at, no one knows. I'm like, yeah, but he's like, brother, I sent her to the land far, far away. I said, you do something bad to her? No, bro, she gave me a good mamondo before I sent her. So anyways, we end up having all this weed. We dried it. I end up hooking the homeboys up with a few ounces. I told them, they were like, hey, you went back? I was like, yeah, bro, you guys were bullshitting. They were like, it was hell of it. I was like, hell no, bro. Them dudes found that shit. They just left a few crumbs. Anyways, the biker ends up calling Roach back. True story, right? The main biker dude. And he's like, yeah, brother, look, if you want to come work for me again, Roach is like, no, can do, brother. He was like, hey, that other essay, I got your guys' money. I'm going to hook you guys up. Do you understand that Pepe got hooked up? He got hooked up with 4 racks. Roach got hooked up with 4 racks. You want to know what I got hooked up with? Pepe's 4 racks. I never gave it to him. Thumbs up or thumbs down. See, Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. That's how that one ended. It was actually, luckily for us, that chick was on point and knew what to do. Because I asked Roach later on, I was like, you told her to call those dudes? He's like, bro, I don't know what the fuck I told her. I was too high. Like, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Now that I think about it and I recollect, I don't think so, brother. I said, so the whole time she knew exactly? He was like, brother, she knows everything. That's one thing about that chick. She was way up to par. And that's a fact. Anyways, with that being said, man, I'm going to let you guys know right now, don't ever go with the wood out into the woods and try to woodchuck a woodchuck, right? Because it ain't never going to work out for you. My homeboys got burnt, basically. Pepe got really burnt. He's can we be friends? Because we can't. I need that money. So I came up on 3 pieces and 4 racks. And the winner was, hey, I needed that for my equilibrium. This video is sponsored by Body Liquors. Make sure you guys tap in. Thank you, guys. I'm having some difficulties on this channel for some reason, man. YouTube is playing games with me. So I had to upload Super Norteño. Something happened with Rick. Make sure you guys tap into it. It's coming out later on the other channel, man. I'm going to try to drop as many as I can on this channel and see what happens. I don't know what they're doing to me, man. Trying to push me up out the way. It's all good. Gun ain't going nowhere, Holmes. Not at all.